Everybody doing? Welcome back to Asshat Podcast on YouTube. Yeah, I ain't done one of these in a long time. Just found another issue. I'll be honest, I don't have any issues of Fangoria anymore. I used to at one time had a pretty good run from about 80, probably about 86 to about 92. Then from about 97 to about 2000. To be honest, most of these now I have the first 200 issues as scans, and that's how I use them for research mostly. Because a lot of this information is now on the internet. But this is from September, I'm guessing 2008. This is issue number 276, Fangoria. Special previews, 2008 Best Indie Horrors. Wreck, Trailer Park of Terror, Death Race, Stan Winston, True Blood, and Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. Got the big cover on it. They still got the film strip shit on here. This was $9 an issue 11 years ago. Fangoria doesn't even really exist. Dimension Extreme. For some reason, this company got ragged on, especially the stuff like, but they put out some good shit. I mean, the remake of Wizard of Gore, good film. Broken, decent film. Diary of the Dead. Yes, it's not as good as Night and Dawn, but it's still a good film. Never seen Inside. Automaton Transfusion was a piece of shit, just straight up. Storm Warning. Teeth was good. Rogue, never saw it. Black Sheep was good, so decent stuff. We got our table of contents. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide, nowhere safe. HalloweenHorrorNights.com. Then we go. Okay. The sequel of Balls, now loaded with extras. It shows you how long this was. They're promoting that finally after years. Phantasm Force finally hitting DVD, and now that DVD is a pain in the ass to get a hold of. And at least locally, for a while there, our local Walmart had the pack that was all 5 of them for like $15. And it was these releases, good releases of them. R.I.P. Angus. The Postal Screams. A malfunctioning camera gave the proper ghoulish cast of Robin Pozarski's photo of Night of the Living Dead's Bill Heinzman. Oh, God. I have it on YouTube for random background music. For some reason, YouTube seems to think I like Gwen Stefani. Because they're playing that Hollow Rat Girl song that I just don't get. Jack Brooks, Monster Slayer. Really good film. Never anybody talk about it. Robert Englund. The only person in it that's even halfway known as far as I know is the lead female, Jack's girlfriend, was on that Birds of Prey show playing basically Black Canary. Monster Invasion Quarantine, which is basically the American version of Wreck, because, it's American. We don't want to read, we'll watch a movie, goddammit. I don't get that. I don't like reading. Motherfucker, you spend 8 hours a day on fucking Facebook. You're reading. Get over your shit, you uneducated fucking slob. Tom Savini's film school. Actually was dating a girl with this girl for a long time that was wanting to go to Tom Savini school. Rest Stop, Don't Look Back. Is this a sequel? Yeah, those are not bad. The 2 Rest Stop films. I've seen both of them. They're decent. Tom Savini and more Tom Savini. Vampire Diaries, 2 girls, 1 cult. Best film ever fucking made. Best film ever fucking made. And Cody LL, I know you watch it. Kiss my ass. I can't believe you managed to fool me with that. Cody knows what I'm talking about. Inside joke from one person and 2 people. Me and Cody. 2! For the first time ever on Blu-ray in stores over September 30th. Dark Sky Films. I have Chainsaw on Blu-ray. Homesick with the gorgeous and talented Tiffany Shepis. And Tom Towles, R.I.P., sir. Call for entry, Slam Dance. No. Kolchak the Night Stalker comics from Moonstone. Moonstone I kind of knew for doing Phantom stuff and like a bunch of other Pulse stuff. They did Kolchak for quite a while. It looks interesting. Zombies, zombies, zombies. Prepare for the ultimate battle, strippers versus zombies. Never seen this. I've seen zombie strippers. Alright. DVD chopping list. Abe's Tomb, no, Baby Blues, no. Beach Party, Threshold of Hell. Good title, but Black Ribbon, Blackwater, Blood and Sex Nightmare. That's one Netflix used to recommend to me a lot when I had streaming. Bram Stoker's Dracula's Guest. Ugh. Blood Scarab. Craig, The Horror Vault. Dark Shadows, The Beginning Collection 5. Dark Dead Fury. Die, Zombie Jaeger, Murder Island. Dr. Shock's Grindhouse of Horror. Death and Dust. Gone, The Way of Flesh. Hellboy Limited Edition. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh. Excuse me. That's the 2 Hellboy animated movies. What a cartoon. What a toy. The Hive. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers 20th Anniversary Edition. Okay, real quick. If you have a Roku, I don't know about any other device for TVs, but you have a Roku. Go online, search for the Roku channel, Retro Media TV. It's free. It's from Fred Olin Ray. And Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers is on there. It's a bunch of stuff that Retro Media owns the rights to. Free, they got ads, but they're uncut. The Horror Convention Massacre 2, Johnny Sunshine, Man of a Thousand Faces, Midnight 2, Sex, Death, and Videotapes. That's the John Russo sequel. Morella's Blood, My Mummy, Shadowlight. Okay, and then Alice Cooper Along Came a Spider tour. He probably never came anywhere near me. Oh, shit! Oh, it's just advertising Motorhead. I thought Motorhead was opening for him. Like, what the fuck's Motorhead opening for Alice Cooper for? Shouldn't be the other way around. Starship Troopers 3, Survive This, Temptress, Webs, An American Crime. That's actually not bad. That's based on the Sylvia Likens case, which was also made in a film called The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. Artifacts, The Black House, Brotherhood of the Wolf, which I need to see. I've heard so much about it, never seen. Cannibal the Musical, 13th anniversary. Okay, Coons, Night of the Bandits of the Night. Hey, Cody LL, your favorite movie? Dante's Inferno, Delicatessen, good black comedy, Dexter Season 2, Evil Awakening, Gimme Skelter, Homesick, which I've actually seen, The Folds of Flesh, and Last House on the Beach, Killer's Delight, The Killing Gene, The Man in the Garage, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, if you're watching this and you like that film, explain it to me. I've seen it. I don't get what... It's not a bad film, but it's not that good. I mean, it's okay. Secondly, it's not Tim Burton. He produced it, that's all. Nude for Satan, Phantasm 4, Oblivion. Fuck yeah. Prom Night, that's the remake. Psycho Kickboxer and Campus of Blood. I've seen Psycho Kickboxer. That movie's not good. Resurrection Mary, 9 films to keep you awake. Skinned Alive, Survival, 3 AM, The Unseen, The Wicked, The Wizard of Gore. That's the remake. Bachelor Party, The Bungalow of the Damned. I own that. Never watched all of it. Child's Play, is that the... Yeah, that's the first time there was Child's Play in the right version. Every release before 2008 was a fucking full-frame monstrosity. Deceptors, House of the Dead Funny Edition. Uli Bo proves he could laugh at himself, putting comical dialogue on the mouths of his notorious film's characters with pop-up commentary and alternate text. That's the version that I don't want. Pumpkinhead, great film. Skeleton Key 2, didn't know there was a second one. Son of Sam, that's a Uli Lamels. Watch Me, Zombies. Terror, Teletype. True Blood. I'm gonna be honest, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. True Blood. I tried watching this. Had people that I trust their opinion on tell me it's a really good show. You know, give it a watch. First thing, I'm not the biggest vampire fan. It's kind of weird because I come from that generation where, you know, vampires came back into vogue, you know. They ended with the vampire, the Lost Boys stuff, all that, you know, and I just couldn't get in this. And it's got a good cast. Anna Paquin, great actress. Pretty much everybody in the show's good actors and actresses. It's just the show didn't catch me. I tried. I really tried. Never got into it. Video Eye of Dr. Cyclops. This is always one of my favorite parts of the magazine. Back in the day, let's see, we got Nobody Loves Alice. Never heard of it. Belphegor, Phantom of the Louvre. I actually kind of want to see it. It's a Lionsgate release, but it's probably a French film. Bram Stoker's Dracula's Guest. Okay. And basically, it's an adaptation of another Bram Stoker story. This is horrible. This is one of those where it came out like, the time I was working a job where, I'll go into detail real quick. I was in home health care. There's an elderly man in town, a very rich family. I mean, very, very, their pool house is bigger than the house I live in. And the house I live in is not a small place. But he just needs somebody to sit with him at night from like 8 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning. 9 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning. It's 11-hour shifts, 4 days a week. And all I had to really be there for is help him in that. He slept in a recliner in a bed, help him in and out of that, into a wheelchair, to the bathroom, help him onto the toilet, you know. When he'd take a shower, he had trouble washing his back because his arms weren't real flexible. I had to wash his back for him, maybe wash his hair, you know. Easy stuff. So I was always, and I had a portable DVD player. I didn't even know he had a DVD player in his room for long, so I had a portable one. You know, and I'd sit there and watch movies. Well, a friend of mine raved about this Bram Stoker's Dracula's Guest. Oh, you got to see this, dude. It's a good film. And it was like $5 to $6. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll buy it. Give me something to watch it. Work. I don't think I ever fully finished watching it. Like, I tried watching it with just the film. Got about halfway through. It's like, this sucks. So I started over with the commentary. Not good. Vampire Diary. Yeah. Hybrid. This is one of the Man-Eater films. Those are sometimes okay, sometimes shit. Nervous Wreck. The Spanish film that's filmed down in Mexico is so good. This reporter ends up in a building where a virus, they think a virus is broken out and people are becoming like crazed killers. Really good. There's 3 of them now. And I know at least the first one has been remade in the States as Quarantine. I don't know if they did the second and third. Really good. Now it's, you know, found footage. So if you're not into found footage, avoid this, but really well done. And the twist, the ending, I wouldn't even call it a twist really, because you kind of can figure it out if you know what to look for. It's really neat. You're like, ooh. Fantastic Fest. I don't know what that is. Let the right one in. Fear and Fear Again. Attacking the genre on 2 fronts. Jonathan Sakshi, I guess. This guy, who's really, really good. He's in Quarantine. He's in the Prom Night remake, The Forsaken. But what this got me to do is check out this film, The Washingtonians. It's a Bentley Little story, probably a short story. I'm pretty sure it's a short story. That got made into an episode of The Masters of Horror, season 2, I'm pretty sure. About how, you know, you always hear the story about George Washington's troops, how that one winter at, Miss Elbow, forgive me, I forgot what you taught me. That winter at that one when it was really bad, how they survived. And this explains how they became cannibals. You don't know Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Fucking, that's Jack Brooks. Look at all these monsters. And it was almost all practical effects. So good. Robert Englund's in it. Just a really, really fucking great film. Everybody should see this. Now, that's about the only bad part is that was kind of CGI-ish. And that's only a small part of the film. Trailer Park of Terror. Based on a comic book. You got, was it Trace Adkins? Yeah. Nicole Hiltz, who I best know her because she was in the first wide-release Trailer Park Boys movie, playing a stripper. And she kind of looks a little bit like Jamie Presley. And she was at one time with, I think she's engaged. She's got to play Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys. But just this trailer park that something happened and they all got really hurt and they made a deal with the devil to survive. Death Race, 2008. Now, this is what's weird. Okay, original Death Race. Roger Corman, you got the Carradine in it, you got a young Sloan, you got Murray Warnock. Great little film. Didn't do great when it originally came out, but it's made a lot of money since then. They remade it in 2008, and it's done well enough. There's 3 or 4 of these now. I've heard they're, all pretty good. I've only ever seen this one. It was entertaining. This right after Mr. Stan Winston died. It's just an overview of all the stuff he worked on. Such a talented guy. All-American FX, All-American Gore. That's another thing I liked about Fangoria. They would interview, you know, the special effects artists a lot of times and get all kinds of neats. I mean, look at this. Like, rah. Ooh, is that? I'll say that looks like the Toolbox Murders, the remake by Tobe Hooper. R.I.P. Toby. Horrorcade. This is something they didn't really have back in the day when I was reading Fangoria regularly because there wasn't a lot of horror video games now. Ninja Gaiden 2, that's not really a horror game. Monster Hunter, I don't know. Incredible Hulk, no. So, yeah, suck a dick. The Wisdom of the Mummy. This is one of those where I see why it's in here. The original Mummy, yes, the original Mummy, what Karloff is a horror film. These were Brandon Fraser action adventure films. They're basically Indiana Jones. They're good. The first one's really good. I don't know about this third one. I mean, you got Jet Li, as I say, Jackie Chan, my new one. Michelle Yeoh. Sweet. Then we get the DVD Dungeon. This is just where a bunch of movies get quick reviews. American Zombie, never seen it. Wide Awake, never seen it. Sideshow, yes, really fucking good. What did Sideshow get? It got less than Stump the Man. Sideshow was really good. Last Winter, heard that's good. Machine Girl, another one heard's good. Poison Sweetheart, yeah. Death on the Man, yeah. Simply Red. Okay. I don't know if I've talked about this or not. I read a lot of horror fiction. And, you know, growing up, about the only modern horror fiction writers I knew of was, you know, Clive Barker and Stephen King. I'll tell you about it. I knew of John Saul. I knew of Dean Koontz. Tried Dean Koontz, very hit or miss, more miss than hit. But Barker and Stephen King put out enough stuff that was good that I enjoyed reading them. Well, it was about 2007, 2008, I discovered this guy called Jack Ketchum, who most of this stuff is based on true stories. He's just fictionalized enough. It's real world horror. As far as I know, and He's passed now. I did actually thankfully got to get in contact with Mr. Ketchum before he died, about a couple years before, and just let him know I was a huge fan of that. My father, who up until a couple years ago read the same stuff over and over. He liked the Clan of the Cave Bear series and other books like that about prehistoric man. That's about all he'd read. And a Western here and there. I got him reading Jack Ketchum, became a huge fan. I wrote Mr. Ketchum a nice long message. I really enjoy your stuff. I own most of your books. I've even tracked down some of the ones that are a little bit harder to find and paid way more than I should have, but it was worth it. And my father, who I think my father is a little bit older than Jack Ketchum by a few years, is a huge fan. He hardly ever reads now. He devours all your books. He actually made a trip just to go to a bookstore to get some of your stuff. This is Red. Brian Cox, real simple. Brian Cox, this guy, he owns lives out in the country, owns a fishing supply store. They sell bait and stuff like that. Well, he always goes in, opens up his store. Somebody comes in and runs it for him. He goes, sits on the river with his old dog, Red, older dog, and he fishes all day. Well, these two kids plus one other jackass show him want money from him. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you any fucking money. So they shoot his fucking dog. Well, the cops don't want to do nothing about it because two of the kids are from rich families. So Brian Cox takes it in his own hands to avenge Red. And it's Robert Englund's in it, Tom Sizemore, and if they show her, Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser, Kirsty, is in it. Now this is 2007, this was probably filmed. So how many years is that past the original Hellraiser? The original Hellraiser came in, 86, 85? Looks almost the same. And it doesn't look like she's had plastic surgery work or anything. Woman's just very talented and gorgeous. I love that picture of Brian Cox. Great film. And the weird thing about this is that I thought when I read this, this is one of those where I'm going to have to order it online. Because in the area I live in, the only place you got to buy DVDs, well, back then we had a movie gallery. And then you had, Walmart, and that was it. Now we don't even have a movie gallery. We got Walmart, and their selection's getting pretty shitty. This came into Walmart. Forgotten Horrors, the last horror film with Joe Spinell and Caroline Munro. Been wanting to see this for years. Again, I did see it years and years ago. Don't remember shit about it. But it's set at cons, and I heard it's kind of like a remake of Maniac. And then we got our books. And this is where I always enjoyed Fangoria, because I learned about a lot of stuff. Jeff Long Deeper in Ghost Walk. Let's see, this is... yes, I have read it. Brian Keene. It's about the main character is an Amish guy who practices magic. Really neat. Gord Roloff. Heard he's good. Got a couple of his books. Haven't not read them. Rushes by Josh Becker. Michael Slade Crucified. Okay. And always a classified ad vault. This is where I used to get a lot of my zines and bootleg tapes through the classified ad vault. Look at all these great stuff. They don't have near as much. And like I said, Fangoria's gone now. And then, yeah. That's it, well, sorry this one's a little bit long, but when I do these magazines showcases, they take a little bit longer. I hope everybody enjoyed them. Remember, if you did, ba-boom! Give me that thumbs up, baby. Leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you out there, everybody comments. All y'all, Austin Wilcott, Todd Smith, Cody LL. Cody, I cannot remember your name on here anymore. Dale Roy, and everybody else, everybody out there takes the time to watch my videos come out. I really appreciate it. That's part of the reason I do these, because they entertain me. But I know other people are watching. That helps out too. Lawrence Watson, throw it out there. If you enjoy comedy and you're watching this, go on YouTube, look up the Lawrence Watson podcast. Lawrence is a friend of mine. I've known Lawrence for, it's been a while now. It's probably been 6, 7 years we've known each other. Lawrence. He lives up in Pittsburgh. He's a stand-up comedian. That's his job. He does something else for a living, but that's his job. He's very funny guy. He's kind of like if you took George Carlin, Bill Hicks, and maybe like Richard Pryor, and mixed them all together. Him and a couple of his buddies do a show. I don't know how often it comes out. It does not seem to have a set schedule. Called the Lawrence Watson Podcast. It's on all your podcast aggregates, but they also put it up on YouTube. It's funny stuff. They cover a little bit of everything. Politics, stuff in the news, sports. And when I talk sports, they're talking Pittsburgh. They're all from Pittsburgh. I think they all lived in Pittsburgh or in the greater Pittsburgh area their whole life. And there is some Pittsburgh humor like Yinzers and Jagoffs and stuff like this that I wouldn't have known, but I listened to another podcast with a guy from Pittsburgh that talks about that kind of stuff. So I kind of learned it that way, but really good. Check it out. Lawrence is a great supporter of this. Been a supporter of everything I've done for years now. So give a shout out, Lawrence. Go watch Lawrence's stuff. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. See you later, people. Bye-bye.